Midday live chat. Hope all is well. Friends of Nolan Wells that was with him that day on that fateful day that went with him to Horn Island. They don't got former Trump lawyer. They don't lawyer it up. They telling these YouTubers, man, to keep our names out your mouths, or we're gonna go ahead and go all the way, go the distance with it in the courtroom. That's what they're saying, man. That's what the word on Ocean Springs streets are saying right now on the streets. They saying, look, we don't have enough. Your YouTubers sitting up here lying, and we're gonna go ahead and go for it now. So that's what they saying. For those watching the rebroadcast, please. As a matter of fact, hold on one second. Copy. But yeah, man, the streets are talking, man. The streets saying, listen, man, the streets of Ocean Springs saying, y'all keep our names out of your mouths. We didn't do nothing here. We don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? As far as they concerned, the aliens did it. That's what it is. They want us to mind our business. They don't want people to sit up here and make up stuff like people been doing. I must admit, some people have been getting creative with this situation. Okay. They're gonna have a lot of people to go after. That's why I tell you that right now, because on TikTok they wilding out. And YouTube, they say, hey, come get us, man. I think there's too many. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know how they're gonna go after all these creators, but they're gonna try. They're gonna be litigating from here till 2029, man, when it's all said and done. But yeah, the word on the street is in Ocean Springs, they don't got the former Trump lawyer to go after this situation right here. They're saying that people are ruining their good name, making stuff up, and that's just what's going on, man. But anyway, how's everybody doing, man? Hope everybody's doing well and everything like that. But that's what's going on, man. It's just what it is. Are we gonna learn anything at some point? I don't know. I think they just want this thing to quiet down and just go away, bro. At this point, they just want things to go away, man. Charmaine, what's going on with you, Charmaine? They just want this thing to go away now. They said, look, we don't gave y'all a week now. Let's just stop talking about it. Let's go ahead and go somewhere now. Let's go and talk about something else. So but we waiting to see. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, they could be with the grand jury already. I don't know. They're not gonna announce that publicly. So I don't know what stage of the game they're in right now. But they're going to try to make this thing just eventually go away. Like eventually they're thinking people are going to forget about it. But I'm here to tell you, as a content creator, that's not happening. Case in point, it was a couple mysterious deaths that happened years ago. Content creators made pages just off that content. There was content creators that blew up on social media just from covering one case. From one case. One of them was Shanquilla Robinson. There's vloggers that's still talking about that case. And that case happened a couple years ago. There was vloggers that I saw, they weren't vlogging before that. They were just listeners. And then they turned blogger on that case. Okay? And pages blew up. What was the other case? Shanquilla Robinson. Then you had the one before that. It was the case before that. Let me see. Out of Chicago. They talked about that case. And guess what? All of the vloggers, they're on this case now. All of them. And they don't care about your lawyers. They don't. They don't care about your lawyers. They're not afraid of you. If you're trying to flex your muscle and stuff, I'm just here to give you the news. They're not afraid of you. They don't care about your lawyers. Okay, because half the people ain't got nothing to sue anyway. So they don't care about your lawyers. But they're not afraid to voice their opinion. Now, I'm in agreement. I believe that people are entitled to their due process. But however, yeah, Kanika Jenkins, thank you. But let me tell you something. All of those vloggers that was on the Kanika Jenkins case, well, guess where they're at now? They're over here. And every day, new vloggers are jumping on this case. Every single day, they're jumping on this case, and they're not going to stop. They don't care about your lawyers. They don't. They don't care about your lawyers. They don't care how many cease and desist you send. They do not care. Okay, half the people you're going to be suing for no reason. They ain't got nothing to sue. I'm just telling you. So nobody cares about getting lawyers and stuff like that. Nobody cares because, quite frankly, I'm and me included. We're not afraid of you. We're not. What we want to know is what happened to this young man. We're now on the case. What happened to this young man? We have to keep the main thing the main thing. Now, I'm not going to accuse anybody because I wasn't there. Okay. But I said before, I believe that this is a murder case. Okay. I don't believe it's nothing else. I believe it's a murder case. And I believe people are trying to get away with it. Who is that? I don't know. Listen, we didn't do it. We didn't cause the death of this young man. We did not, but somebody's going to sit here and explain it one way or the other. Somebody's going to explain what happened to the young man. And we're all here for it. But every last vlogger is jumping on this case. They all are. And this is a whodunit case. What I know what you did last summer type of case. Um, Ocean Springs, man. But prior to this, I didn't know anything about Ocean Springs. Nothing. But now I do. Why didn't the dispatch ask, is anyone injured? You said, why didn't the dispatch ask if anyone is injured? She said, how many people are breathing? That's what she said. That was a little weird question. I must admit, that was kind of weird. Like, why would she, unless she heard something to make her say that? If this thing ever go to trial, we'll find out then what she meant. Yeah, we'll find out then what she meant by that. Yeah, because she said straight up, how many people, how many souls are breathing or something like that. That was kind of weird. Like, why would she? I guess she meant how many people are on board. Why didn't she just say that? How many people are on board? Not how many souls are breathing. You get what I'm saying? It don't make sense. But that's what she said. But she heard something. She heard something in the background. But they acting like that's not what happened. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys, I couldn't find my keys. You know how it is. Age catch up with you. And your keys is right in front of you. But yeah, so, hey man, I could tell you this. I don't know what happened that day, but people would like to know. Since the media blew this case up, that's what happens. This case left Ocean Springs, and now everybody in the business. Now, like I said, I'm okay with them getting lawyers because people are lying on their name. I'm okay with that. Because I probably would do the same thing. Y'all not gonna sit here and lie on me. Oh, I got something right there. All right, cool. Hold on. Man, I can't find my shades. I can't find nothing today. All right, let's roll. Going outside. Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Ocean Springs, guys, is on the map for all the wrong reasons. But yeah, I think what some people want, they just really want this case to die down, like people to stop talking about it. And then eventually, as time go on, people move on to something else. But I'm here to tell them, the vloggers, there's a young lady, she just created a page on Facebook and blowing up already. There's people that's gonna make careers off this case. Hey, how you doing? Everybody, how you doing? Yeah, so there's people that are gonna make careers off this case. Well, not careers, but influencer status, like off this. And that's how it was with all the other cases. Influencer status for sure. Let's see. All right. Influencer status, man. All right. Damn, this thing is wet. Hold on a second. There we go. Influencer status, baby. People are gonna do it. People are gonna make influencer status. And I've seen it with the other cases. Like I said, Shanquilla Robinson, Kanika Jenkins, and Carmelo Anthony, and everybody's on this now. This thing is way international. There's a vlogger on YouTube. She goes by the name of Rotten Mango. She's a Korean girl, Korean woman. She gets no less than 2 to 5 million views per video. 2 to 5 million. I'm not kidding you. And guess what she's doing now? She's talking about you guys from Ocean Springs. She sure is. And she's more of a journalistic. She's more of like a journalist, but she will give her opinion. She's one of them journalists that will give her opinion. She's not afraid of that. So she is eyeballing the case now. Nancy Grace is on the case. This is not going away. I'm just letting you guys know that. People are prepared to talk about this case forever until they get some answers. I'm just telling you. Every day. And I'm going to tell you something. Some of these vloggers are going to start pushing up to your city. They're going to start coming to the city. They're going to start doing their own investigative work. I've seen it done. I don't know if JLR is on the case. I don't think so. I think he's still on Nancy Guthrie. But if he got on this case, he will be out there doing his own investigative work, whether he right or wrong. But some bloggers will do that. They will take a trip to Horn Island. They'll go on the weekend where everybody else pushing up there. They'll pull up. Even on the week, they ain't going to go when nobody's there. They're going to go when everybody's there. I'm just telling you that's how it is. What's up, Oz? Thank you for the meeting. Thank you. Hold on. Can I heart that? Flacco, he is on the case, but I don't know what's the pressure he going through. We know Flacco, by the way, Eyes. A lot of people don't know that. He came into the chat not too long ago. I know Flacco personally. A lot of people don't know that. He listens in the bushes. While he's preparing for his video, sometimes he'll listen to me in the bushes. I'm like Unc to him. And I told him, I was the one that told him he was going to blow up. I said, keep going. You're getting ready to blow up. He said, you serious, Unc? I said, dude, you have the personality. You're going to blow up. I told him, you're going to blow up to the point where people not going to believe that I know you. He was like, man, you bullshitting. And what happened? But you know, I'm older, you know, so a lot of these people that vlog, they could be my kids. So, you know, yeah, Flacco's doing this thing. Flacco's not afraid. And Flacco's connected, just to let you know. So he's not afraid. If they try to come after him, he'll just make a phone call. And then the lawyers are taught that'll be it. But I don't agree with people saying, okay, this person did it. I don't agree with that, because let the authorities figure that out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a detective. So let the detective stuff figure that out. We're not the professionals. But do I believe somebody killed this young man? Yes. Yes, I do. Thank you, Eyes, for the donation. Are you talking about this case, Eyes, on your channel at all? Are you vlogging on the case, or what are you up to these days? That's my fellow content creator there. I don't know who that is. What's up? What's up, Corey? Wait a minute. Why erase his phone vlogs? Who are you talking about? No, let me know who you're talking about. You hit me something I don't know. Tell me, what's up with these phone vlogs? Like, let me know something. It's something I'm not aware of. You said that you believe that, Max. Believe what? Oh, was stuff deleted when the phones were returned to the mom? I don't know. They'll figure that out when the forensic people and when they subpoena the data from the companies. They'll find out if anything was deleted. So that's easy. They're gonna find that out. The only problem is with Facebook, with Meta, you probably not. It's hard to get data from them. It's hard. Why you say I'm tap dancing? I don't know what. Hold on, I gotta let you go, bro. You a troll. Yeah. Anyway, see how easy that is, guys? You don't have to engage. You just block. You know the crazy thing is, I have so many people blocked. It's ridiculous. I have thousands of people blocked. That's not right. How you got 1,000 people blocked? I think the reason why is because they send those spam accounts. Most of them are spam accounts. That's what it was. Yeah, but for him, I just block. You talking about tap dancing? I just block. That's what somebody told me. They said, Max, um, she's like my niece. Her friend. I know her since high school, and her daughter is in her 20s now, and she's helping me out on the back end with my social media. She was the one that told me to start a Facebook, and I'm doing well on Facebook now. So she told me to do that. She told me to have more of a presence on TikTok, and she wants me to clean some things up. So I'm listening to her. And she said, don't keep going back. She said, that's ruining your live chat and you're ruining your live presence. She said, just block them. I thought it was like a bee in here or something. I could hear it. No, that's not what it is. I was thinking it was like, because you know how I am about bees. I'm trying to clean things up. So I'm on Facebook. I'm over there. I got about 11,000 subscribers over there. And I got 11,000 subscribers in 2 weeks over there. That's crazy. That's crazy work, isn't it? But I listen to her. She's like she's trying to build me, trying to, refine some of the things I'm doing wrong. Because young people, they know social media. They know it better. I thought I knew it. No, she knew it better than me. It's certain things that she wanted me to do. So I'm like, all right, cool. Because she does social media and she's a makeup. She does makeup and braids. And she is popping on Facebook. This little girl is popping. And she monetized. And she showed me her check. I'm like this. Can you help me out? I said, can you help Unc out, please? Please. She said, you don't listen. She said, you don't listen. I said, I'm listening. I'm listening. I said it just like that. I'm listening. She said, I told you things are serious. Thank you. So thank you, Tori. So that's why I'm trying to refine what I'm doing. But I want to say this. Let them do their job because at this point, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man. What they want me to believe? He was just chilling and he just went under the water and nobody saw it. One thing this is my opinion for Warren and them. They shouldn't have did that interview because the interview made him look bad, and that's not on me. That's on him. We're just critiquing, but it looked bad though. That interview looked bad, Warren. It sure did. That interview was bad, in my opinion. It was bad. It was bad. And we're sitting here critiquing, and he's getting madder by the day, probably. I mean, maybe he didn't do it. Okay, I didn't say he did it, but he's like, look, man, you guys not going to continue to have my name in your mouth now. I don't know what they trying to, but I don't. Well, the guy, the barber, yeah, he shouldn't have did the interview. I didn't tell him to go do that interview. Did you? And he mad now because we're critiquing it. I mean, first of all, ain't nobody said you did it, sir. Nobody said that. But we're just saying that it looks terrible. That was a bad look. That was a bad look. We didn't know we can't unhear the Cito audio. We can't unhear that. In my opinion, something was going on in the background. And nobody's gonna convince me otherwise. They're trying to have other people come out. No, that's not what you heard. That's just some static from another station. That's you didn't hear all that. Yes, I did hear that. Yes, I did. So if you want to put your credibility on the line and say that it's something else, then so be it. Get some of this fresh air. So hey, be my guest. But I know what I heard. So I don't care what these people are saying, man. I don't. I don't care what these people are saying, man. I didn't tell him to go do that interview, and I didn't put the Cito audio out. I didn't. We're just critiquing what we heard. That's it. I didn't tell Nancy Grace to get on this case and do what she's doing. Let me see what does this button do? Hold on 1 second. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Did I mess up? Yeah, defamate. Well, here's the thing. There were some people that were saying they straight up did it. And like I said, I don't agree with that without having no proof. But that ain't my business. I only worry about what I could do over here. I can't be worried about other people. We can only worry about what we talking about over here. But did somebody say that? Yeah, they did. So we'll see what happens. Definitely see what happens. No additional news right now on the case, unless something break while I'm online right now. But I was checking before I got on to see if there was any latest developments or anything. My hair don't grew back already. I always look at things when I get my next haircut. I'm like, my hair don't grew back already, and still ain't no news. I got to get myself a fresh new baldy. My damn hair grew back. Ain't nothing. No news, nothing. But these things take time. So I do know that. And I do know it's something with that audio though. They can't. That's something they can't. They can't. They can't sit up here and well, they are denying. I mean, some people. This guy came out. He's supposed to be like an analyst for audio. He said he didn't hear nothing. He said he heard absolutely nothing. So he said that, and then another guy came out said he heard it, and another guy came out said he heard something, and whatever the case is, and everybody have their own everybody had their own opinion on it, which is cool. That's the way it's supposed to be. I just know that I heard what I heard, So, but how's everybody doing today, man? Tori said you said defamation case are hard to prove. Yeah, everybody can't hear the same. That's one thing I had to admit, right? I had to step back and check myself because everybody can't hear. Everybody can't hear everything. Excuse me. So it is what it is. So that I mean, because some of the audio, like towards the end, I couldn't hear. Like it's like even though they redid it, I'm not going to put my name out there and say I heard this and that. I heard the beginning part. And the beginning part didn't say you know what I heard? This is what I heard. Is he dead? Nolan. Oh my God. That's what I heard. And then I heard, damn it, his name. Damn. I heard that. It was very clear to me. But everything else is up for debate. But this one guy, he came on Don Lemon show. He called in. He said, "Yeah, I heard this, I heard that." Yo, guys, I never laughed so hard in my life. He heard some stuff. It's like he made up stuff. He said, "Yeah, I heard him say, yeah, yeah, hurry up and put this in there. Hurry up and do this, and let's make a move for it." Yo, I didn't hear none of that. And then Don called it. He's like, "Okay, guy, okay," because he let people call in. He was like, "I heard this, I heard that." He said, "Did you hear when they say, yeah, let's make a move for it, this and that?" I'm like, "I didn't hear that." Like, he was like, somebody said he sounded like he was drunk. I'm not saying that the brother was drunk, but he's saying he heard this, he heard that, he heard all types of stuff, man. And this, the way he was saying it, it cracked me up, the way he was saying it. He said, "Yeah, Don, did you hear? You remember when he said this and that?" And I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute." And Don, he had to do a disclaimer. He said, "What this caller said does not reflect the thoughts and opinions of us." Yeah, they sound like panic. They sound like, you know what they sounded like? Excuse my language. They sounded like ish just hit the fan. That's what they sounded like. I tell you what I would have did if I was with them. Like, let's say if it was a scenario where ish don't hit the fan, right? I would have remained quiet, and I would have secretly been recording on my phone. So all of, because my thing is I want to get safely back to the mainland, and I'm gonna sit up there and tell it. It sure is. I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna tell yo. You hear what I'm saying? Because they not gonna sit up here, whoever, and blame me. Yeah, all we know is something was going on. We don't know what though. We don't want to say whatever, but something happened. And now they trying to say that the coordinates is off. So I don't know. Because he had to go back to school that Monday to start working out for the season. He had to get ready for the season, and preparing for the season is very strenuous. You got to be in tip top shape because you're competing for a position. He's competing for a position, right? So he had to lock in. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you right about that. They're getting that duck, maybe buying time. But let me just say this, right? This is what I know. This is no disrespect to any ladies that's watching. I know right now, if I had got into a caper, right, an impromptu caper, let's say it that way, and something went wrong, and it's more than one person that witnessed it, and females, don't start talking. Period. Now, I just want to be clear: none of the people hired defense attorneys. That's what they said. These are people, they may try to sue later on. But I know somebody gonna start talking, because I don't know not one person that's gonna sit up there and do a decade or two behind jail over me. And I don't went out there and did something foolish. You ever heard of the saying, if you want to do something, do it by yourself? So you ain't got nobody telling on you? I remember one time I played a joke on a friend of mine, because they knew I was coming over to the house, right? So I showed up. I was playing a joke. I said, "Here," and I had poured like water on my face, like I was sweating. I said, "Listen, take this bag, put it in the closet. Don't look in the bag." And he was like, "What's going on?" His girlfriend right there, like, "What's up?" I said, "Just put this in the bag. Okay, I'm going further down south, and you didn't see me today. All right." And you know what he did? Hold on, hold on. What we got to do? Okay, what we got to do? Do we got to clean up something? Yo, he said that, yo. He said that. I had a newfound respect for him. He said that. He said, "Do I need you to help? Do I need to help you clean up something?" He said, "Where's the work at?" That's what he was telling me. I said, "Bro, I'm joking." He was like, "Oh," he said, "Man, I thought I was gonna have to put my boots on and get my gloves." He said, "I thought we was gonna have to go to the lab, because I used to work in an environmental lab." He said, "I thought we was gonna have to go to the lab and get the acid." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, bro. Like," he said, "life is like that sometimes." He said, "I never forget what you did for me, man." And his girlfriend's like, "What did he do for you?" I said, "Don't say nothing." Don't say nothing, man. So what happened one time? We were down in the beach, and everybody got pinched. Everybody got this. Everybody got pinched, right? So he pulled over into a side street, and I got in the passenger seat. I sure did. And we got stopped because his ass was drinking. I told him not to be drinking. And guess who ended up getting a ticket? Me. I got the ticket. He never forgot that. He said, "Bro, I never forget you did that for me, yo." And you sat up there and got the ticket. I only got a ticket for the not having paperwork. He paid the ticket and everything was good. But if he had got caught behind that wheel, it would have been a wrap. If he got caught behind that wheel, because he already had priors. We pulled right on the side. It was almost like we did it in unison. We got right out. He got in the passenger seat. Boom. I got in the front seat. And we just sat right there. I said, "Don't say nothing. Let me put my hazard lights on." And as soon as they came over, they said, "What y'all running for?" I said, "Officer, we not running. I didn't see you." He said, "You didn't see me?" He said, "You were driving?" I said, "Yeah." "Okay. Let me see your license and everything." I gave it to him. And he said, "This is not your car. This is his car." I said, "Yeah, but I'm the designated driver." He said, "Oh, okay. But I have to," he said, "I'm going to give you a ticket. You were speeding. But you can go and fight it," you know what I'm saying, which I did. But yeah, that was crazy. And we didn't have paperwork. The car, what was something happened. He got a ticket too because it was his car. We both got tickets. I actually, no, I got the ticket for speeding. He got the ticket for the paperwork. As soon as he went, that cop came right out. And to this day, I don't see how we didn't get. Cause I don't see how we didn't get caught. I jumped in that seat so fast. It was crazy. He said, "I never forget what you did for me, man." He said, "Do we got to clean up something?" I said, "Bro, I'm joking. We ain't got to clean up nothing. I would never put y'all in that position, nor am I that type of mind. I don't have that type of mind to be out here doing crazy stuff. You got to have that type of mind. I don't have it. Because I'm not trying to sit up there in central bookings for nobody. I'm not trying to go downtown for nobody." Yeah, the microscope. We did a lot of work, environmental work. But he was funny. He was like, "Yo, we got acid, to cover stuff." I said, "Bro, what? What are you talking about?" I said, "No, I'm joking." And I said, "What do you mean by that?" He said, "If we got to hide something, we got the drum of acid." I said, "What type of mind did he got?" Now I'm looking at him sideways. I'm like, "What the hell?" He said it calm too. Yeah, so. But that's a very bad position. Let's say if something did happen, that means everybody know about it. For everybody to keep quiet, that's kind of solid. But I tell you one thing, somebody gonna start talking if they keep putting pressure on them. And like I said, the number one people that's gonna start talking is the ladies. Oh, to the TV show, Your Honor. I heard that. I never watched that show, so I don't know. Yeah, Tori, I never watched that show. But when it comes down to it, you know who your friends are. Do they got your back or not, regardless of what you did, regardless of how crazy it looks. Because you know, we always say this, eyes over here, when we talk about cases. The best thing you can do is remain silent. Get a lawyer and don't say nothing. Don't let them do their job. Don't help them do their job. Ah, this stuff is still frozen. You know, that's why I tell people, man, don't help them do their job. Just remain silent. When you get in that interrogation room, you just remain silent. Because what you say can and will be held against you in a court of law. So the best thing to do is just don't say nothing. Like, Max, we know you were on that boat, okay? We heard the sea tow call, Max. Okay, we heard your name in the background. What you got to say? I would like to talk to an attorney, please. That's it. Okay, Max, you know people are talking to they saying that you did it. Now you know they legally can lie to you. So you know what they're gonna say. They like, you know, people are already talking. Okay, well, I still would like to exercise my Fifth Amendment rights to remain silent, and I would like to talk to an attorney, whether I did it or not. I could be totally innocent. See, they could be lying to me and say people in the other interrogation room are talking. What if they're not? I'm not going to sit up there and help them do their job. And I hate to say it that way. I'm not saying anything. Okay? I'm just going to sit. They're going to tell me, they're going to threaten me tomorrow. I'm getting all type of time. I'm getting Tom Brady all-time passing record numbers. That's how much time I'm going to be in jail. And the best thing to do, whether I have any money or not, to sit quietly and wait for an attorney. Now, if I had some friends and they got money and I know they did, I say, y'all better get me an attorney now. Stop playing with me. Don't have me out here raw dog. Don't have me out here raw dog without no attorney now. And I don't want no public defender. You would get me a regular attorney now because I ain't saying nothing. So they like, Max, we heard the sea tow call, man. What happened on that boat, Max? What happened on the boat? I would like to talk to an attorney, please. That's it. This interview is over. Once you say that, the interview is over. No matter what they say to you. You said they got Trump, old lawyer. We all know what's up. It's so obvious. Hey, man. I heard but he's for the possible civil case. You know, if they decide they want to sue. And they've already pulled out all the bells and whistles. They got Officer, what's his name, capping for him. I personally wouldn't cap for nobody. You know what I'm saying? My name is Bennett and I'm not in it. But I do know once you get in bed with these type of people, if they tell you to jump, you're going to have to say how high. If not, it's going to be a problem. So I don't know who he in bed with, who he down with. But like I said, I'm in firm belief I'm not going to help them do their job. So I'm going to go ahead and get me a lawyer. And I'm not going to say nothing. They can threaten me from here to Friday. Like you about to get decades behind prison. They saying you did it, Max. Okay, well, let me speak to a lawyer. Well, here's the word on the street. Some people, they said they're connected with the TP USA people. Somebody in the family is. and he's connected with him, and that's why they was talking to him. I don't know how true it is, but that's what they saying on the streets. Just like with the Carmelo Anthony case, where did he go wrong? He sat up there and started giving statements to the police when he could have just kept his mouth shut and worked out a manslaughter deal. He could have got that knocked down to manslaughter. He still would have had to do 10 years, okay? But he would have been out in probably like 7 or 8. That's better than doing an eternity behind bars. Sometimes you got to accept your spoil. You did the crime, now you got to take a plea, especially if they caught you dead to rights. Sometimes you got to sit, sometime, work out that deal, because I know somebody now, he got a case pending. You know what he told me? He said, bro, if I got to go to court, I'm taking a deal, bro. I said, for real? He said, yeah, bro. He said, I'm not taking that to no jury trial and risking it and mess around and get 50 years. I'm not doing that. But right now, they don't have nothing on them. But if he said if it came up and he said he got to do what he got to do. Because if I was on that boat and something happened, and I know I didn't do it, and I'm not talking. Period. I'm not talking, man. Because I could say something that could compromise me, and next thing you know, I'm in the yard trying to rustle up some commissary money, looking like a damn fool. He got 4 of the charges dropped. Yeah, he working it. That's why I tell people you gotta wait. He ain't condemned yet. He working his case. You talking about D. Durrell? Yeah, D. Durrell working his case. That's why I'm not vlogging on his case. You know what I'm saying? Despite he don't like me. He don't said some stuff about me in the past. You know what I'm saying? But I see the brother was taking penitentiary chances to make some money. I'm not gonna sit here and talk bad on him, even though if the roles were reversed, he'd be here, my name all in his mouth if that was me. I have integrity. I know that brother can get some of them charges dropped. I knew that. All he gotta do is work the case, keep his mouth shut and work the case and get his lawyer, he work it down. He probably gon' he probably won't even get no time at all. I know the sector wild. Do they ever mention me, eyes at all? You know who I do miss? I miss Josephine. I miss her. We haven't talked. We had a falling out, and we haven't talked. I missed that. I missed that. I miss her. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how we can mediate our little situation. See, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. He might not. Yeah, he might not get no time. He gonna work his case. That's what I was saying to somebody. He working his case. They was like, "Are you gonna follow it?" Nah. He gonna work his case and he'll be all right. He gonna work that case. I knew that. I knew he ain't. I knew that. Let me tell you something. Um, the sector has so much potential. All we had to do was help each other, and we all could have been blowing up. But no, we want to sit here and drag each other's name through the mud. I can't go through that no more. I got PTSD over that. They doxed me when my mother was in the hospital. They called the nurse trying to get information. And my mother was on life support. Man, I had PTSD over that. That's why I can't rock with them no more. They sit up there and dox me, man, and I had to go through that, and it was crazy. I don't want no parts of that. No, sir. Thank God everything worked out. She's okay now. You know what I'm saying? But that was back in 2022, 2021, 22 that happened. So I don't want no parts of them. Yeah, it's like hazing. And you know the crazy thing was I went through it and I'm okay with going through it. You know why? Because I'm very laid back with trolls. I'm very laid back. Because when I went through that, shoot, that's like a hazing ritual. That was, and I weathered it. But everybody doing their thing. D. Durrell ain't going to jail, man. You know what I'm saying? He did a smart crime. What he was doing was smart crimes, white collar crimes. He ain't going to jail. He gonna work that out. He gonna get some time though. He gonna get some paperwork. He gonna be on paperwork for like a couple years for sure. They not gonna let him off without doing paperwork. When I say paperwork, he gonna be on some type of probation, some type of parole or something. He gonna be on a probationary something, but he not going to prison. And even if he did, he ain't gonna get that much time. He looking at a year or so. Yeah, August 19th is his birthday. Mine is Saturday. My birthday is Saturday, August 8th. The Lions Gate. Another year around the sun. I'm very blessed. You know, I'm just happy to be doing content, I tell you. That's so much stuff going on. But I tell you what, August 16th, I'm staying my ass in the house. Just in case of what they saying is true. I'm staying. I ain't telling y'all what have y'all better research it. I'm not. I'm staying right in the house on August 16th. I'm staying right in the house. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna be hunkered down in the house just in case if what they saying is true. And I don't believe in conspiracy theories, but on that day, there's some things that's gonna be happening with the planets on that day. It's gonna be multiple planets aligned on that day. 816. You better research it. Even though I don't believe that's gonna happen, they said we're gonna lose gravity for 7 seconds. I don't believe that, but I'm staying in the house anyway, just in case. You heard me? I'm gonna be in the house just in case. Just in case, yo. This one guy, he be scaring me. He actually believe it's gonna happen. He nailed some stuff to his floor so he can hang on to it. I'm like, what? No, it ain't the rapture. Oh, you're gonna be in Nassau on August 16th? Nice. Hope you have a good time. You said the Grand Conjunction. What does that mean? That don't sound good. The Grand Conjunction. All I know is a bunch of planets going to be perfectly aligned on the 16th, and we're going to have a total eclipse or something. Yeah, I don't know about the Grand Conjunction. That don't sound right. You know? Are you ready for the Grand Conjunction? No, I'm not. I'm going to be sitting right when the planets align in the same sign. Look, I know that's what's going to happen. I think it's the 16th, right? That's a day to meditate. You can meditate during that time and maybe get some power. Ground yourself. You know, I ain't gonna be able to ground myself till after that 16th is over now, just in case they. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Could you imagine if that happened? That'll be a world catastrophe. That'll be crazy. All I can tell you is make sure your insurance paid up. But I don't like those kind of conspiracies. Imagine somebody born at that time. That's kind of powerful. You born when the planets are aligned like that. That's crazy. I don't know too much about the birth charts and stuff, but then they keep having these things out where we can't eat this, we can't eat that. It's just crazy. They're trying to say Bill Gates talking about there's a few billion people that got leave the planet, and the planet can't support 8 billion people. I think they're trying to rage bait. It's 8 billion people on the planet. That's a lot of people. Could you imagine if you had a product to sell to 8 billion people? Everybody give you $1. Not even the whole 8 billion, just like less than 1%. You got something to sell to. 8 billion people on the planet, guys. It's over 1 billion people just in India alone. Over 1 billion. They reached 1 billion a few years ago. You said sell underwear. I'm about to sell. I'm about to sell peace of mind. How you can get a little peace of mind, because that's valuable. You have to work to get peace of mind. You have to work at it every day. It seems like the authorities on their side. No one is arrested. Hey man, you got to respect it. That's how the program works sometimes. It's called the good old boy system. The coach came out and said something today. The coach for what's his name? The punter. His coach said we're going to let the investigation run its course. He said we're not saying he's guilty or not. We're going to let the investigation run out, and then we'll make our decision from there. That's what he said. He said we're just going to let everything play out. So nobody's accusing him of anything. But I'm going to tell you something, guys. It's going to break the internet. If they make arrest, if I believe that there's something going on, I believe it's going to be soon. When they announce that arrests are made, that's going to break the internet. I'm just telling y'all. It's going to break not the internet, the internet. The INNA hyphen net, the internet. It's going to break the internet. They sealed the autopsy. Well, we know some details in the David case already. They didn't seal the autopsy. We know the details on how they found her in the David case. And that's gruesome. I don't even want to cover that case, because how am I going to be able to cover it without getting flagged? I'll listen to it. But guys, protect your peace out here. Before I get off, I just need to tell you this. I'm about to get off. Protect your peace. Do whatever it is to maintain your peace. Okay? It always will get better, whatever you're going through. Even I got to tell myself that. You got to protect your peace. I am not oblivious to it. I'm not immune to the ills of the world. You just got to protect your peace. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go live on Facebook real quick to see what they're talking about. I will talk to you guys later, man.